Hello, welcome to this morning's devotion, and we are continuing with the topic of staying at the feet of Jesus. The last time I was here, we spoke about Mary and Martha, her sister, and we see two sisters. Jesus is there in the house, and we see two different responses. One was very busy doing the work, and the other chose to stay at his feet, glean from him, learn from him, be in his presence. And we have Jesus saying, this is the better portion. So today we are continuing the story, looking at these two sisters, and spiritually these are two responses that I believe that the children of God can reflect when it is Jesus is in the room. It is so easy to get caught up in the work that we forget that when he comes, our response and our attention should be towards him. So we go to John 11, and we know the story about Lazarus, okay? So I will kind of skip through it. So of course, Jesus comes back. By that point, Lazarus is already dead. So we go to John chapter 11, verse 20. And it says, when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him while Mary remained sitting in the house. Martha then said to Jesus, Master, if you had been here, my brother would have not died. And even now, I know that whatever you ask from God, he will grant it to you. And Jesus said to her, your brother shall rise again. And here we have Martha giving a response of knowing the truth, but I am not sure. It doesn't seem like she has absorbed this truth, and it is what it is. But she says, Martha replied, I know that he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said to her, I am myself the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in, adheres to, trusts in, and relies on me, although he may die, yet he shall live. And whoever continues to live and believes in me shall never die at all. Do you believe this, Martha? And she says, yes, Lord, I believe. I believe you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was to come into this world. After she said this, she went to call her sister. Now, I want you to look at the difference in how. So Martha, when she sees Jesus, she said, Master, right? And she goes to talk to Mary, to tell Mary that Jesus is here. And hear how she calls him. She says, the teacher is close at hand and is asking for you. She knew how Mary saw him. He wasn't just her master. No, it was more than that. It was her teacher. And we saw this in Luke before, where it says she sat at his feet like a child. Tell me, speak to me. I'm ready to learn from you. So she said, the teacher is close at hand. And I jumped down to 32. When Mary came to the place where Jesus was and saw him, Mary just didn't start talking. What did she do? She dropped down at his feet, saying to him, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. When Jesus saw her sobbing, he realized he didn't ask, Mary, do you believe? He didn't ask Mary, your brother shall live. No, he said, when Jesus saw her sobbing and the Jews who came with her sobbing, he was deeply moved in the spirit and troubled. And we go down, Jesus wept, and the rest is history. He basically went to Lazarus and said, come forth. But look at the response to Jesus, where when Mary came to him, it wasn't just, okay, a formal interaction. Well, yes, I know that you're the Son. I know that you're the Messiah. I know that you're the Anointed One. While those are the politically correct things to tell Jesus, it's almost like Jesus was trying to probe, okay, do you really believe what you are telling me here? But Mary, when she saw her teacher, she ran to her feet, and the Lord himself, Jesus, he was moved. He himself wept, touched with the very feelings. And he went to that tomb and said, Lazarus, come forth. And that is the response. That is what we have to do. That is when the advantage we have at being at the feet of Jesus, where not only are we, yes, we are full of grief. Yes, we go through valleys. But guess what? The Lord hears us, and the Lord is moved by our sorrows. Join me next time as we go further into this story about being at the feet of Jesus through, in my opinion, two spiritual responses between Mary's and Martha's. See ya.